Hello, I'm the WanderingNewbie, and today we're we're playing a game that a lot of people are familiar with. I'm tangentially familiar with, but have never actually played. And a lot of people, this is sort of like FF4, where a lot of people look back on this, and I know enough about the series, but I actually have no connection to this particular game. Um, so I
We're gonna
figured,
fix that
yeah,
by
we
making
should,
sure you have a connection
yeah,
to it.
we should fix that. A and B. Um, there is no B. I should play this game.
Yes.
For those who haven't figured it out yet, we are in fact playing Fire Emblem 7. I never know what to call this game because it's Fire Emblem 7. It's Fire Emblem Blazing Blade in Japan, and in America it's just Fire Emblem. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Blazing Blade, Blazing Sword, something like that.
But like in the American colloquialism, it doesn't have a subtitle unlike all the other ones.
Nope, it's just Fire Emblem, which was enough to get my attention way back in the day, and oh boy, am I glad I did get the attention this game so rightfully deserves.
The first Fire Emblem I played was 8.
Yeah,
And
Sacred
that's
Stones.
yeah, Sacred Stones, and that's because it came on the DS if you were an early adopter.
hmm
And then there we go. I was like, there is a new game option, right? uh, came on that if there was an early adopter, and then like I didn't play any emblems for like
hmm
years, for like 5 years, and then Heroes came out and kind of sparked my interest again. And my friends had got me like 3 years ago a copy of Awakening, pretty much around when I was playing Stones,
hmm
and never played that. Picked that up and kind of like, oh no, wait, yeah, this series is pretty all right.
hmm
But everybody talks about 7 so much, and I've never played 7, so I always feel like the odd man out. So I figured I would fix that.
I'm
So
not going to say it's the best game in the whole series, but it's a very solid introduction to the whole game itself. And it's a really good game to get into that doesn't have all the personal skills and everything that a lot of the characters have later on. It's just very much you got your characters, they got their characters. There's no hidden skills and stuff that's going to change things around. So it's very easy to do the math in this game. If you,
right, the one thing I will say for people viewing on YouTube, this series will probably be shown in a little bit of a different way because we are going for a No Soldier Left Behind run for whatever save states or what that entails. Um,
the
so
save states aren't to cheat, it's to make it so that newbie doesn't have to restart a map if he has somebody lost with like a turn to go.
yeah, or there's a lucky crit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's the big thing. There will probably be a bit of editing on the later maps, though I did play the first 4, and the prologue seems very tutorial in that they kind of give you what your actions are going to be. So that will probably be one collected, like sort of 45-minute chunks, like I usually do. Anyway, let's stop vamping and get going.
Here we go.
I don't remember making suspended data, but yeah, sure. Right.
Oh, suspended data is if you quit out in the actual. Oh no, it is if you have stopped a game like halfway through. Because remember, this saves every action. Every time you make an action, the game saves.
Yeah,
So
that
if you close it and load the game back up, that you can resume that chapter. Since you're starting technically a new chapter right now, you can't have that previous information there. So it's just gonna cut you back to the beginning of the chapter.
right. That is my like. I don't have a lot of understanding of the old games, but from playing Sacred Stones, my general understanding is that uh, actions are kind of predetermined unless you take different actions. So
What do you mean
like,
by predetermined?
all right, if on at the start of a turn you swordsman attacks that guy, and Axeman attacks that guy and Spear attacks that guy, and on the
Hmm.
counterattack, the Spearman gets crit and killed. If I always take those 3 actions in that order, that Spearman will always get crit and killed.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. In that case, I think there's ways to game it if you know what you're doing, but for the most part, yeah, if you follow the same path, it's probably going to happen that way. Yeah.
Yes, that is my
Also, by
understanding.
the way, that whole thing with birth months and stuff, it was supposed to do something that any character that had the same element as you were supposed to get a stat buff to their growth. Doesn't actually work out because that's bugged.
Nice. Oh boy, yeah, this is the Fire Emblem I remember from playing Sacred Stones.
Hmm.
Alright, number one thing I remember now from the test run is as soon as I get options, I need to increase the attack speed.
Yes. I believe you can hit A at least just to
Mhm.
click it to. Yeah.
I like the idea. Like, I like the idea of a Myrmidon hero, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of the ones I play try and do that, except the Lords in Awakening seem like they're supposed to be more well balanced.
Yes, very much so.
Except it seems like the resistance is always terrible.
Well, he's supposed to be based on a mercenary, kind of. So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
balanced in that stuff, but he doesn't like magic.
But yeah, like I played the Erica route in Stones, and who boy is she in Myrmidon?
Erica's a better Lyn.
Yeah, unless you don't get any strength ups like me,
Well,
and I had to use strength items on her.
yeah.
Like, damn it, why did I have to get the fucking, like, the character I'm forced to use has to be not that great.
Yeah, and other characters you aren't forced to use can be amazing. Or characters that's supposed to be great, your stats can just be terrible for them, and everyone else tells you, oh, you should totally use this guy. And I'm like, I don't care, he's terrible.
Alright, yeah. Also, some background, just on my experiences. In Sacred Stones, obviously, I utilized Ross and Amelia to their fullest, and they became monsters and probably could just solo any map in that game. In Awakening, I'm only about I beat 15 recently, so that's about halfway through the game, right?
It's about there, yeah.
Yeah. So far, as to be expected if you nurse him properly, Donald can just solo halves of maps.
Come on, Donnie.
And the most weird one for me, and why she is my precious baby now, Olivia.
The dancer.
I turned her into a Myrmidon, and now she can just one-shot like almost any unit except for generals because they're super high armor.
By the way, we're not skipping anything relevant here. It's just tutorial stuff. So
Oh yeah,
we're probably going to talk over this.
Yeah, should probably be going through this a bit okay, can I? There we go. Options immediately. Alright. I like the backgrounds. Game speed fast. Text speed. It says auto scroll. I don't actually want that, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Train window, always display because I'll never remember. Show normal unit window. Units with tails. I like that better. Combat detailed. Show objective. Controller. Subtitle.
Really, all you needed to change was game speed and text speed.
Okay. There. The good shit is done. Alright, now for a tutorial. But yeah. My Olivia in Awakening became really crazy. And I just sort of look at her at times and go, man, I was just trying to make your kid better. I'm not sure how this happened.
Oh no, Lynn's going to be attacked by a bandit. What are you going to do?
Shouldn't there...
What?
It didn't show me that... Maybe I missed it. It didn't show me that there was a double attack possible.
She can't double yet.
Well, she just did.
Okay, then something was fun. It might be because you have the tail information on there. I don't know.
Alright, so, we haven't been talking about it much, but, Fire Emblem is a strategy game. You move around the map, you take actions, you can attack, you can heal, all the good shit. The biggest thing about Emblem is...
You learn what gurs are. That's the most important thing about Fire Emblem.
Yes, you learn what a gur is. Things are weighed way more heavily. Like, literally every action you take has consequences in ways. Hold up, I actually kind of need... I'll have to figure out how to fix that. Like, I need to know if people double up or not.
I think the tail thing might be changing it, unless the little X2 isn't showing. Yeah, I think it's because you have the tail information on there.
Alright.
Or the detail or whatever.
Oh, they must expect me to figure it out myself.
Yeah.
I'd rather the game just tell me.
Yeah, you might want to go back and alter that.
Yeah. So anyway, back to discussion of mechanics. When I say everything is weighed very heavily, so characters, you really have to invest in them. Because let's see what happens here. Alright, that first level up must be scripted, because that's the same level. Yeah, okay.
Yes, if you do the tutorial, that's one of the things that is always scripted. You get the HP, strength, skill, speed, luck level up.
But yes, level ups are random. And because this isn't a world map based game, you don't move around. Oh, you do move around a map, but you can't do random encounters. So there's a finite amount of experience in the game. You need to make sure that you have a wide, vast army in order to actually progress through the game. Damn it. I had an option to change the tail thing. I fucked it up.
You can do it on the next chapter.
Right. So there's stuff like that. Also, the biggest thing, the thing that Emblem is most well known for, in my opinion, is if a unit dies or loses all their HP in a fight, they are dead forever. Except apparently in this tutorial.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, if people die in this the first little section, Lynn's story, in later chapters they can show back up. But once you get to that point, if they die, they're dead for real.
Yeah. Which, I have opinions on permadeath. I never truly enjoy permadeath mechanics. But that's a whole nother can of worms. So hence the name of the video, No Soldier Left Behind. We aim to reach the end of the game without anybody dying.
Mm-hmm. Unlike, unfortunately, Lynn's whole tribe, which died 6 months ago.
They are extremely dead. This game starts off extremely slow compared to, like, actually I can't remember Sacred Stone start.
Sacred Stone starts with literally, oh, your country lost a war, get ready, bad stuff's about to happen.
I meant gameplay wise, like this was the most tutorial map I think I've ever played in an Emblem series.
Maybe they're all roughly the same.
I don't know.
At least 7 and 8 are on that.
Yeah,
regard.
Awakening gives you like 4 units and they're all real different for the first map.
Yeah, 6, it's one of those, you want to know what these guys do? Too bad, figure it out.
That's one down.
One down. a bunch more to go. One of the things I like most about Fire Emblem games is, and Newbie touched on this a bit, is the random level ups, because you can have characters like Lynn here, who on one place of the game could be your best unit ever. She could hit some random growths and be good across the board, and the next time through, she could be terrible. So because of that, sometimes you're going to run into situations where you have characters that you want to use, but you can't because they're just not turning out well, so you have to adapt and start using different characters. But because you have a finite amount of experience that you get in the game, you have to know when to pretty much fold on one character and switch to a different one.
And that's why I have you here, because the only ones that I've played are the ones that you can actually just go farm and train in. And I need you to tell me when to fold my hand, because I don't know that.
I might be... Because I already have my own bias about this game, about characters I like and dislike, so I'll try my best not to be like, this person's terrible, don't use them. Because you should see some characters at least a little bit.
Oh, it's not so much that, to tell me, like, this character has not gotten good level ups, they are not going to turn out well.
Yeah, or it's just one of those, there's someone else that you can do the same job and is further along. You should probably use them.
I think we are being introduced to a Fire Emblem staple.
Yep.
There is always a green knight and there is always a red knight.
Up until Fates, that's true. Fates is the first game I think that does, well, I think it's one of the first games, but it's the first game that doesn't have a red and green knight.
I know Awakening does.
Yes.
What is it? It's Stall and Sully.
Yep. In this game, it's Kent, who's the red knight, and Sane, who's the green knight.
They actually make a reference to that in their support dialogue. If you support Stall and Sully,
they reference the first two, the characters from the original game.
Mm-hmm.
They reference Cain and Abel. Which was a nice little callback and such.
Well, because those two games actually take place in the same universe.
Yes.
Yeah, Cain and Abel. So subtle.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Japan.
Anyway, up until this is the last game they did it. The Red Knight and the first 7 games is the speedier, more accurate one. Also, I'd say probably more well-rounded in their stats. And the Green Knight is all about power.
Well, I know for sure that's not true in Awakening.
Yeah, starting in, I believe, Sacred Stone? I think. It might have been after that, but right after this game is when I think it switched.
Man, if you asked
Could be the one after that.
If you asked me what the names of the 2 knights in Sacred Stones are, I could not tell you because I don't think I used them.
No, I lied. This is the game. This is actually the game where they switched around, because it used to be in the... I've already forgotten. It used to be in the beginning parts, it was the Red Knight that was all about power, because the game prior to this, when they had Alan and Lance, the Red Knight was the strength one. This is the one where they inverted it. Apologies, I misspoke.
I guess I switched that back because in Awakening at some point...
They start flipping them back and forth, but for the first 6 games, it was always Green Knight speed, Red Knight attack.
Right. Because in Awakening, Sully is all attack and defense. And Stall is way more average.
Stall's the defensive and attack one. Sully is
Really?
the speedy one. Yes.
Well, remember that discussion we had about random level ups?
Yeah, random level ups.
Characters. can
Anyway,
turn out very
Lynn's being
differently.
attacked by a bandit. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, the game says, oh no, it's more than Lynn can handle. She'd be fine. She would be able to deal with this whole map by herself.
Possible.
Just park her on a forest, she'll be fine.
Yeah, not being able to just, like, I don't know, beef up units a little bit is going to be really weird for me because, to be fair, Sacred Stones and Awakening, you really don't need to use as much strategy. Because
there is the support system in this game, but you can't do that in the prologue. You have to wait until you get to the next set of lords. And the support system does give passive benefits to units so long as they're close to their support partner. It's within 3 spaces. But we'll get to that when we get there.
Alright, so here we learn about another one of the series mainstays, which is the weapon triangle. It's pretty simple to understand once it's told to you once. The gist of it, and I'm going to skip over this dialogue because it's literally just, hey, you're an idiot, why are you attacking him with a lance? Swords beat axes, axes beat lances, lances beat swords. There you go. Yep. That's the weapon triangle.
If you're attacking someone you have an advantage against, you get plus 15 to hit and plus 1 to damage. It's the reverse if you have a disadvantage.
There you go, right there. Swords, axes, axes, lances, lances, swords.
Also, another thing, if you are not playing in normal, if you're playing on hard mode, which doesn't have the tutorial system, you don't get that sword on Sane, and that is really annoying. You can buy a sword a couple chapters from now, but for the first couple chapters, not having a sword on Sane could be frustrating.
Oh, right. AS is attack speed. Alright, so yes, because it's giving me the extended thing and giving me the attack speed, it's not giving me the double up.
Because it's saying you should know how to do this.
Yes, exactly.
In this game, you need to have 3 more attack speed than your opponent. 3 higher, excuse me.
You sure about that?
Might be 4.
Oh, just going through menus real quick.
Here, if you're allowed to actually select things, look at Ken's speed compared to that bandit speed.
Ken is 7. There we go. All right, it was R. The bandit had 4. Kent had 7. So
yeah, I think you need to be 4 higher then. This game also has the idea of constitution affecting things, but we'll deal with that later.
There's your little 2. Give me the good number.
Yep.
Figure it out for me, game, please. Don't make me do math.
Look at the little 2.
In my head, I'm internally yelling because I'm like, no, I gotta stop giving experience to Lynn. I gotta level up the other 2 guys.
Of the other 2, Sane is probably a little bit better than Kent, but they're both fine units.
Whoa. There we go. Luckily, the game stops me. Oh, right, we are actually still in the tutorial. Like,
yes.
Scripted stuff will happen right now. I think it is once Sane makes this follow-up attack.
There's one more thing. You've got to go past him a vulnerary potion.
Right.
It's really frustrating that he has 2 turns in a row where he can't do anything.
And that they were explaining terrain, which I will summarize all this dialogue really quickly. So right here, you'll notice Far says, +1 defense, 20 avoid. You get a passive bonus for being on a forest. I believe if both you and your target are in the same thing, it nullifies the bonus.
Nope.
Okay, so you just both get the bonus.
Yep.
Alright. Kent is just better. Also, it's scripted.
Yeah. Kent has more accuracy than Sane does.
Remember when accuracy was a stat?
Good stuff. Well, he's got more skill, excuse me.
Skill, aside from 2 hit, is something else, correct?
Yes. For every point of skill you have, you get a point of crit.
Nice. Yeah, Kent's got 3 crit. That's the good shit.
It might be half a point of crit. Because he's got 6 skill, right?
What a cat I am. I didn't notice
It's been a
this.
while since I've played the Game Boy Advance versions here, guys, so I might be a little rusty on the math functions.
I do like, what a cat I am. I didn't notice this gaping axe wound in my side.
He's fine. He's got armor on.
Also, I did fast forward over it, but the thing I did really enjoy is that Sane was denying the weapon triangle because he sees lances as being more gallant than swords.
Yes.
I can kind of appreciate that. Now, if you... Just the quick tutorial here is if you walk up a side, allies, you can swap items between them. This is the only way to move items around inside of battle.
You'll eventually have the ability to do that out of battle later on.
And Cavalry have the special ability that they can move again.
Nope. Yep. Just messing with you at this point.
I think I went through my options too quick, but no, Cavalry can move again after using an item.
Yeah, you have the ability to, yeah.
But I fucked up. Whatever.
That's their Kanto ability, so to speak. Alright, that's 3 turns in a row where Sane had to do something that didn't allow him to actually hurt an enemy. That is frustrating.
Alright. Now that we actually have a chance, and I think we're actually just control for the rest of this.
Use those forests, man.
So, an annoying thing here is that I'm gonna see. Maybe I will just have to do math, but this is a good piece of information to have. Attack speed, crit, hit. Yes, okay, there you go. Defense. Oh wait, they once again I think do the math for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, just always use basic. Hold up. They do the math for you. Okay, so
Yep.
might is the amount of damage, the MT is the amount of damage that you will deal to the enemy if you hit. It is your attack, it is your attack stat, plus your weapon damage, the damage of your weapon, and then minus their defense.
Also including any weapon triangle advantage.
Right. Also, hello. Welcome stopping by. I'm playing this game somewhat blind. You get your crit, you get your hit. And there you can just like see it's like, alright, so Kent has a 90% chance just to kill this guy. He's not even going to take a counterattack, so this is a pretty positive exchange for Kent.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a fool not to take that attack. You can select enemies. Now, this guy is either going to go for Lin or Sane.
If you move Lin, he's going to sit on where Lin is and attack Sane because he'd get the forest advantage.
Right. But
If she stays where she's at, he won't be able to get any kind of forest bonus, so you can just wait and let him attack. And you'll have the advantage if he attacks Lin, and Sane at least won't have to be hitting someone who's in a forest if he gets attacked. The
Right.
enemy's probably going to go after Lin because her defense is terrible.
Yeah, 2. 2 is a small number compared to 6.
Yes.
With this guy who has a strength of 3 and probably won't be able to hurt Sane.
He'll hurt a little bit. Axes have a good base modifier for damage, so even though he's only got a strength of 3, the axe I think has like
Oh,
7 or 8
Christ.
attack on it.
8. Yeah,
8, yeah.
that's very strong. Let's compare this real fast to iron swords, which have 5,
Yep.
and lances, which lances are good. Swords are accurate. Lances are slightly less accurate, more damage, and then axes are even more damage, but even less accuracy.
Hmm.
All right, but yes, I think this is a good thing. We'll just end the turn right here, and he actually went for Sane.
He probably the game probably realized that has a better chance of hitting Sane.
Possibly. But Sane's just going to take that kill now.
good. He needs the experience.
He does. We'll move Lin in, though. 100% chance this guy's dead.
Yeah. Cavaliers are very, very strong in the early game because the worst that can happen to them is that they have weapon triangle parity on a unit when they attack. Because they have access to both swords and lances. Other units that only have access to swords or axes or lances can't always be at least like even with an enemy.
Yeah, and here we're actually seeing that difference between the two units that you're talking about in that Sane does about 11 damage and Kent does 9.
Yeah, but Kent is probably closer to doubling a unit than Sane is.
Yep,
and he will gain his speed just a little bit faster than Sane will. But the difference is Sane has a 60% growth in strength. He's going to gain a lot of strength. So if he even gets just a couple speed points, he's going to hit like a truck, and he's going to hit twice.
It should also be noted, these guys at the end, the generals, as I like to call them, which is confusing because there's actually a class called General.
The leader.
Leader. There you go. So this Brigadine down here, Brigadine? No, Brigadine is a general. Brigand. There we go. Brigadine is a general classification. He's level 2. The leader up here is level 4. And like his stats are much better. However, if I were to kill him with one of my units here, they would get a huge attack boost. Also, the other nice thing... Oh no.
Experience boost.
Welp, I moved into range. You'll be fine, Sane. Normally, leaders don't move.
This guy doesn't move.
He doesn't?
I don't think he does.
He has a movement range.
Yeah, I don't think he moves.
Alright, let's see how Kent levels up. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's a good level.
I'm already excited.
He got all left side.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good-ass level.
Yeah, he needs some luck eventually, but Kent's biggest worry stat is his strength. If his strength doesn't go up, he's not going to be effective.
Alright,
so him getting a point of strength early on and a point of speed is amazing.
Sane can deal 10 damage. Lin... So Lin doesn't deal a lot of damage, but the thing is, her speed is so high that she usually doubles up, so she'll usually end up dealing more damage than anybody else.
Yeah, you can have Lin start up the fight and have Sane finish it off.
Right. The one thing, the caveat here, and we expressed this briefly before, Lin has shit all for defense, so if this guy was actually hit her, he would deal 11 damage, which is more than half Lin's health.
Yes. That is actually the issue I have with Lin.
Yes.
She is a fragile little speedster. She's one of those characters that you use first on a turn, and she like knifes out and kills somebody,
Speaking
and then everybody else moves up. She crit?
No, but she got hit.
Oh.
I want to remind you
Doesn't
that
matter. The turn's gonna end. Anyway.
I know. I just want to remind you that was a 37% chance.
It's actually even worse than that because their hit chances are rolled twice. So it's actually much hard. It's much easier to hit someone if they're above 50%, and it's much harder to hit someone if they're below 50%. So the odds were not in your favor to get hit, but you got hit anyway.
That is my experience with Fire Emblem.
Yep.
All right.
They got rid of True Hit later on. He might not get enough experience to level.
Ooh. Ah, I'll take it. He got skill unlock.
That's not great. That's actually pretty bad. HP skill unlock. That's
okay. Yeah, I thought HP is like almost always guaranteed.
Not always.
Okay. Noted.
Kent and Sane have a good HP growth, so much more often than not, they're going to gain HP. I think they're both at like 80-ish%.
Mm-hmm.
Lin is not. She's a little bit lower. But you're going to meet some characters later on that they look at HP growth and go, what's that? I don't need that. That's for suckers.
Oh, mages. I love them.
Some mages actually have a really good HP growth. Some don't.
This is a reset run. Yes, no soldier left behind. If a soldier dies, we will bump back. Usually a turn. Once we get to like the non-tutorial maps, I'll probably be safe stating every other turn.
Again, we are not cheating by doing this. We're just making it so the LP does not take twice as long.
Exactly.
Let's Play, Twitch, whatever. You know what I meant.
I'll accept LP. Oh, so yeah, I was skipping through most of the story. So Lynn, well, she's a lord, yes. Um,
Yes.
but she is actually like lineage.
Yes. She is the granddaughter of the Marquis of Kaelin. Whatever.
Though I think the fun thing to do with this series is like do the whole reset thing. But then the last mission is a suicide mission. Like, we go in there and we attempt to keep everybody alive, but we don't reset on that. Also, thank you for the follow.
Mm-hmm.
We don't reset on the final mission unless we actually die.
Oh, that should be noted. While everyone else can die and the game goes on, if Lynn dies, it's game over.
Yeah, she's the main character.
Yeah. She doesn't, like, come back at the beginning of the next map or anything like that. No. If she dies, you're done.
Which is great in Awakening when you have 2 of those units.
Yeah. It's also great in Awakening when your main character actually has a defense stat.
And yet no resistance. I'll keep harping on that. Fucking hate mages.
So, this is right around the time when the series realized, you know what, maybe we should start having the physical types actually have a reasonable resistance growth. So Lynn actually has a halfway decent resistance growth. I think it's like 25 or 30% or something like that. But yeah, in previous games, outside of a few physical characters like Pegasus Knights who have an actual resistance growth, most characters had 5 or 10.
It's so weird to hear numbers like that when, like, 40 is bad in Awakening.
Well, the big thing about this series, I'm going to spoil a whole bunch of fun stuff. 6 and 7, they wanted to make promotions a really big thing, so you get massive benefits out of promoting in 6 and 7. Less so in 7 compared to 6. So because of that, the growths were just lower overall. Also, the caps in this game are much, much lower than they are in Awakening. Like, the highest stat you can get in any stat is 30, besides HP. But only a couple classes even have a cap of 30. So you're not going to see many characters with 30 strength. Like Kent and Sane there, when they promote up to Paladins, their strength cap is 25. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. The long and short of it is 3 growths per level is a good thing in this game, and get used to it. Don't expect to see like 6 or 7.
Alright, so I think the brief summary here is father eloped,
Mother eloped.
mother eloped, and then that whole series of lineage died, and the granduncle is to take over, but technically there is an heir in Lynn,
Yes.
and he is trying to kill her.
Yes.
God, flawless level ups. That always feels so good. Which is any daughter of Donnie always gets a flawless level up.
Uh-huh.
Or a kid to Donnie.
Close enough.
I did a daughter.
I would take that Lynn's flawless level up is everything but defense and resistance, because let's be honest, even if she gains a couple points in that, it's not going to matter that much in the long run.
No, Miradon should not be getting hit. That is the big thing.
Their whole thing is, I kill you before you can do anything.
The music on this map is so weird because it's like a few notes off of being the world map music from Tactics.
Yeah.
Alright, we're heading to a temple.
Yep. Gotta pray for safe passage.
Probably get an axe user in this one to round
Nope.
out the triangle.
If only. Or am I not supposed to spoil things?
I'm just
We'll get
guessing.
an axe user eventually.
God, saying "oh how quaint" sounds like the rudest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's a lot of people that showed up out of nowhere. Alright, this is her sword. Okay, this is her sword. Yes. I know that from Heroes. That the Manikati? Is that how you say
Sure.
that? That is the sword that she ends up using.
It's a really good sword.
And yet, at the same time, this bandit's not half wrong. What good is a sword if you don't use it? Yo, your name is fucking Glass.
Yes.
God's
Many
fear my
jokes have
name.
been made about this guy. Many jokes.
Oof. Who's the guest? Talking along with me today is Crumb.
Hello.
Crumb generally ends up being my RPG and Mega Man companion. I, God, the dialogue in this game sometimes is so. "I care nothing for you" is a really good line.
There are some pretty good battle quotes. There's also some stuff that makes you roll your eyes, but it wouldn't be a Fire Emblem game unless there was some questionable dialogue choices.
Yeah, stealing the sword. We can't let that happen. You are surely virtuous. Wait, there was another... Oh, that was me. Okay, right. Yeah, I forgot I actually exist on the map at times.
Yeah. Which is not something that you see in most of the other games. They pretty much put the tactician character in so that when they release it to the American audiences that they'd have something to like latch onto, that this is my character and I really do have a point in this story.
But Kent can reach the further down house.
Yes. But she's got to go first because she's special.
You might be able to create an entrance by hitting that wall. Yeah, but... experience.
Well, yeah. But the
Uh,
thing is, the two Cavaliers can't go the south route. They have to go through that crack in the wall. Well, rather than rephrase it, they can't go all the way around the south route. They can still plug up the south hole by standing next to each other, and that's a good idea, but they can't actually go that whole route. This is being played on normal. This is not hard. We are not going to kill poor newbie.
Yeah,
This is a long game. We do not need newbie to get pissed off.
I don't think I actually had an option.
Yeah, when you first play the game, you just play on normal mode. Then you unlock hard. And we are not going to do a Hector hard mode run for the people who know about that. This is... No.
No, I'm extremely. I have played Emblems in the past, but I have never played 7.
Well, I've played this game to death, so I'm gonna try not to like harp too much on things. But occasionally I will try to give tidbits of advice, along with yelling at newbie for making mistakes, because that brings me greater joy than almost anything else.
I like that the game is even like, hey, yo, you can sit on fortresses and just recover all your HP. That is a thing you can do.
Fortresses have really good benefits to sitting in them defensively too. I think you get +2 defense and 20 bonus to avoid, something like that.
Alright, Lynn, you got this. Double hit. Hell yeah. And everybody leveled up last map. Except for Lynn, which means I can use whoever I want on this map.
Yep. She's probably going to naturally be a little bit higher level than everybody else, which isn't a bad thing, because she's made of paper.
Thank you, game, for spelling out what I'm supposed to do in this map. Just fucking... Oh, what do you do against swords? That's right, use a lance.
Correct, the lance!
Alright, you two jokers. Sane has a healing item, so I'll just park him there on the side. Yo, Hector is awesome because he's a giant fuck-all dude with an armor. That's why he's awesome.
He's an axe user that's armored, and he's awesome.
That was a good hit. Sane says as he takes only 4 damage.
Yeah, they're fine.
Alright. I'm gonna have Lynn go work on that wall. Sane, maybe I should get hit again here.
If he does.
Try dodging somebody's attack, Sane.
Well, you could have just had him kill that dude.
In my head, I was like, this will cause the other guy to go for Kent.
That's true, he would have if he didn't auto-kill.
Oh, Kent. Oh, Kent. Yes. I see that times 2.
Yep. He was just a point away on the previous map. Also, doesn't matter how fast you are, you only hit a wall once.
Yeah. Oh god, that's gonna take forever.
I think Sane can break the wall with 2 hits with his Iron Lance.
Yeah, we're gonna send Lind over the mountains.
Not a bad idea.
I might have Kent finish off the wall. And, you're saying, go recover some HP. That'll cause this bandit to come after Kent. And we'll have Lynn. God, my units, please. My children, you're killing me here.
What?
It's a 44% chance. My child.
Really, Kent can quite easily take care of glass once he gets there, so...
My children! Please! Kent could if he didn't take every fucking hit from this bandit.
It's fine. He can't die. And that lets Sane, who's healing up, take care of glass.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen. It's still really funny to me.
He avoided one. That's like progress.
Ah, you already have the lance equipped. Good. Actually, we'll leave Sane behind Or Kent
Yeah, leave
behind
Kent
Sane.
where he is. Because if you... I don't know if it's possible or not, but double check. If Kent hits glass, I think he'll gain a level, and then Sane can swoop in and finish him off. But just double check to make sure the two of them together will have enough damage to kill glass.
My daughter.
Oh my lord.
No, it's good. You'll see.
She's fine.
No, she's more than fine.
Hey, that's a good level.
Part of me is staring at this percentage here and going, there's a chance.
Yes, and that is the Fire Emblem thing, where 2% chance to miss? I'll be fine, and then you miss and she dies. But, should be okay.
Alright, Kent would of course get countered. 'Cause I don't think they'll one-shot him. Let me see if Sane, see if Kent can finish him off after Sane goes in. Yes, they'll have enough damage.
Do vice versa as well.
No, because... Oh wait, actually. You're right, he only deals about 4 damage.
Yep.
With the experience on these two? Actually, doing it that way will get me a level up on both of them, so hell yeah.
Well, I suggested it.
Yeah. Chat points out, any level that's a strength growth on Lyn is a good level.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Myrmidons. Myrmidons.txt. Was there
It's already at 6 strength. She's fine.
Yeah,
Her strength growth, I think, is 40 or 45. I think it's 40. Yeah, she's 40. Because the other Myrmidons that you eventually pick up have a lower strength growth, but they have advantages in their class that she doesn't get.
Kent, my son. I would have
Fine.
liked the defense too, but I'll take that. Any level up that has strength, hell yeah.
He's very balanced. He could use some luck, though.
Uh-oh!
Miss?
77% chance.
It's okay.
Oof.
Yeah, they can both take it.
Question is, who's he gonna go after?
Probably he's going to go after Kent.
Kent! My boy!
He can go take a nap. Also, Glass showed off something pretty interesting there. If you're sitting on a throne, you heal, I think, 10% of your health at the start of your turn. So that's why he almost but didn't quite kill Glass. Also, Sane, buddy, please kill him.
Through the head. Alright, Sane, can you make up for last time? No, he cannot.
Oh no, can't say. Sane's usually the better knight.
Not this time.
Actually, him getting speed is a huge thing. That's not bad. 7 speed is like the magic number early on, I think, where you're fast enough in order to double people. Might be 8.
No,
But-
right. There is a thing that we really didn't touch upon, but if enemy units, have a yellow item on them, you'll get it when you kill them. I have sealed the sword. I put a spell on this sword.
Dude's a bishop. If he wanted to, he could kill your whole party. Okay, yellow, green, whatever the color is for you getting an item, it'll happen.
It's
Sometimes
green.
the game is-
It's green in the newer games, so I thought the game said yellow.
It might have, don't worry about it. Also, hey, look at this sweet new sword you've got.
And I'll never use it because it's too precious.
You should use it.
It's a good ass sword.
It has a special property to it besides having the nice little crit boost to it and the attack stat that I think is roughly the same as an iron sword. It deals a lot more damage against mounted units and armored units.
I will probably use it in those situations then.
Yep, that's the whole reason you've got it.
My sword.
Yeah. Also, as the chat is pointing out, you this sword's usage doesn't really matter in this the prologue. It'll be healed to max by the time you go start the second half of the game.
Nice. Also, that's something that we haven't really addressed yet. Weapons have durability. It
Yes.
is one of my most hated mechanics in these games. But I kind of shrug and deal with it. Though I have heard Faith gets rid of durability.
Yes, and for better and for worse. Durability allows the weapons that are of a higher rank to use. We'll get to that in a little bit. To deal more damage and have better overall stats. If you get rid of the durability thing, then you have to have trade-offs for those weapons to still be useful. And yeah,
That does sound shitty.
like silver weapons, which are normally the top tier weapon of a certain type, like a silver sword in Fates, would have a huge might to it, like 13 or 14 or something. But every time you use it, your strength and skill go down by 2 and recover by 1 each turn.
That's weird.
Yes.
Way to take one step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah, I understand they're trying to change things around, but I think they went a little bit too far with making weapons have penalties for the higher ranking ones. But we don't have to worry about that because we just have weapon durability in this game.
Yep. Though I also, is there shopping in between maps in this?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Oh,
No.
See, that's what I hate.
Yeah.
That is expressly what I dislike about this series. Is like you have to shop in the middle of maps. It's like, no,
Yeah.
no other tactics game does that. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, that is something they kind of fixed in later games.
Like the next
I think
game,
in the
literally.
very next one, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I liked about the next game is that you didn't have to worry about sending a unit to a shop in order to buy things on that map. You could wait until the map was over and then buy stuff if you wanted.
Just the girl is traveling with Kent Insane. Who the fuck are Kent Insane? How would this Marquise know who these 2 random fucko soldiers are?
They're knighted soldiers, so they would be known.
Oh, okay.
Like, being a cavalier usually means that you're a reasonably important person.
Ah, so they're slowly poisoning the Marquis.
Yeah.
God. It'll be way down the line when we get to that game, but Suikoden too does a really good thing with poison that
Yes.
I really enjoy.
Yes.
But for now, I'm gonna split a video. It's been like an hour.